All right, folks. So it's hard to see in there, but the players have started with a very, 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 very thick llama. Here it is. This is 10 times tech, and so one of the civs here has shared the llama with everyone. And instead of there being 10 separate llamas, it is just a llama times 10. So, 1,000 food on that llama. We've got forest nothing. There's obviously lots of trees. Eventually, this will become a King of the Hill game. But if you follow these settings, we do this because it's really enjoyable to see just how things play out when all these texts get shared. And we usually do random civs because I think random civs just spices things up a little bit, gives some variety to each and every game. Now, Strode said, T90, what version of Force Nothing? I said, whatever version is best for you. I completely forgot to put on like turbo or fast speed or any of the other things that we do to make these games go faster. So that's a oopsie on me. I just realized this. But there is Celts, and I think that's where we'll start. Celts being in here, the wood chopping faster is obviously a huge bonus. So that does save us a little bit of time here. So we got Dutch Oven playing as the Celts. And again, all the bonuses share. So apart from that, Celts also, they have the faster firing siege, which is a crazy tech with Fear Celtica. And then beyond that, they have the stronghold tech, which adds some like healing around castles. And chat, remind me, but I think stronghold also adds firing speed to castles too. I think it's like multiple things. So I've looked at some of the other civs. I actually think castles are going to be pretty key in this. But we'll move on now to the Inca player. So again, this player contributed the llama to everybody. The Inca have a food discount on their military units, so I think any military unit that will cost food will basically cost 0 food in this game. They also have Andean Sling, which gives skirmishers less minimum range, which is possibly going to be very good here. And then they have a unique tech, which pretty much only benefits Eagle civs, so just them in the extra armor. So I guess another bonus, though, is that houses give you 10 extra pop space. And with the Incas, that would be 100 then. Bro, that's actually... Oh, God, Town Bell. That's actually insane. Especially when you have a lack of space. Wait, what is it? No. It's not 10 extra pop space per house. It'd be 5 extra. So it's 50 pop space per house. Okay. Well, that's really nice here. Because they don't have a lot of space. In the yellow, we got the Cumans for Matthew. Cumans can build the second TC in Feudal Age, so I guess everyone can do that now. Their wood building, their archer ranges and their stables are discounted. Minus 75 wood, so I guess that means those are basically free. They have Steppe Husbandry, which makes Lancers and Hussars produce like 80% faster or something crazy. So the stable spam is going to be insane. And they also have the unique tech, which is so funny in these settings. But it's the unique tech that gives people kip checks. I think it is gives your allies 5 kip checks from every castle. Now, I think we've seen this before, and I don't think it's given you 50 per castle. But castles are going to be really cheap, so maybe there'll be an obnoxious amount of kip checks. Oh, actually, hold on, back up. They changed that tech, and they made it so the other person gets to produce them, but it doesn't spawn instantly. So I guess we'll kind of see on that. In the blue, we got the Berbers. Now, Berbers have a Cav discount, so Cav being cheaper in Castle Age and Imperial Age with the Berbers basically means Cav is going to be free, which is insanely strong. Their one unique tech means their camels regenerate, so maybe camels will be insanely good in this game. And they also have, just trying to remember... Oh, they also have the castles work faster bonus. Damn, so another castle bonus here. Okay. So castles might produce really, really quickly in this game. They also have faster villagers, which you can't really tell now, but all the villagers should be much faster too. So that's quite nice. They also have access to Genitor, which I guess could be seen at some point. Okay. Someone says, can you scroll in more so I can see what they're doing? Sure. Okay. Then what do we have here? We have the Dravidians for Ruin the Eternal. Ruin the Eternal. He has faster firing skirmishers, which, here we go, move over here. Faster firing skirmishers. So that combined with the Inca no minimum range could be pretty nice here. When I've seen Dravidians before, their skirmishers are very good. Sorry, I can't help but troll. They have Woot Steel, which means their infantry ignores armor, which could be good for infantry. They also have cheaper barracks technologies, which applies to everyone, which could be decent. What's the other unique tech for the Dravidians? There's Woot Steel. Why am I forgetting the other unique tech? Oh, Elephant's Heel. Yeah, their Elephant's Heel. That could be pretty good. It's also kind of a greedy one, too, because no one else gets elephants. So if elephants are really OP in this, obviously that's good for him. And not so much for the others. In the green, we have Christic. Christic's playing as the Spanish. Spanish have a build faster bonus, which is sick. We've already seen all the houses the players have built go up very quickly. Here's a funny one. 20 gold per technology researched. That should be times 10. So you can look, they actually researched Loom and got 200 gold back because they all have 250 gold. So on a map with no gold, getting all that extra gold is going to be really nice. Also, their blacksmith upgrades do not cost gold. So, like, you're saving gold and all of that. Yeah, that's sick. They also have Supremacy, which makes your villagers insanely strong. Every time I've seen Spanish in a game, villagers have actually been one of the strongest things. They also have the Inquisition upgrade, which means conversions come in faster. I don't think that'll be that big a deal, but could be. Who knows? Okay. Orange has, hold on, deleted the TC. Watch Strode's resources. He has sold off all of his wood to get a lot of gold. And now he is going to delete the market. And he's going to build another town center. This is a forest nothing trick if you get to feudal age faster. And so, the civ we didn't get to yet, Armenians, give you the mule cart. So that's why everyone has a mule cart. But I guess we can just look at Strode as we talk about the Franks. So the Franks have cheaper castles, which means castles are going to be freaking free, right? That's huge. They also have an upgrade, which means their stables produce faster, just like the humans. And then the Berbers have the discount. I think Cav is going to be insanely strong with those bonuses in mind. They also have Bearded Axe, because Bearded Axe is... Well, I don't know why I said because. Bearded Axe gives you extra range on throwing axemen, so that only applies to them and no one else, which is kind of lame. And I guess they also have their farm upgrades being free, but I don't think that can apply 10 times. So, yeah, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, that's true. The Dravidian unique tech does mean the Cav also ignores armor, so... Cav will be very good. Cav will be very good. Okay, Armenians. Have we ever seen this before in these settings? These people are talking about me right now. I'm missing all their messages. Yes. I don't know if we've seen this sit before in 10 times tech, because their unique tech that gives the extra HP to their champions and warrior priests should be pretty solid, right? Because you get like 25 extra HP in a normal game. I think it's percentage based, but I think you could have some really tanky infantry in this game that ignores armor. And is also really speedy because of the Celt's speed bonus. So infantry might actually be insane here. Might even be better than Cav, which is kind of rare. Thinking through their other unique tech. The other unique tech mainly applies to their navy, which we obviously won't see here because there's no water. And then they get the mule carts, which we talked about. And then the fortified church. Fortified church gives you 1 free relic. I think we saw this before, and I was expecting it to be 10 free relics, but it was only 1. So I don't think it gives you 10 relics, but yes, I guess everyone gets a fortified church, and everyone will get 1 free relic. Infantry also gets extra line of sight with Armenians. Oh yeah, and then Franks also get Cav line of sight. So infantry and cav is what I'm thinking about, big time. Oh yeah, and then Armenians also have the eco bonus where your lumber upgrades are more efficient. So that combined with Celts means they're going to be moving here pretty quick. So I kind of lucked out. We could have been here all night had we not gotten Celts and Armenians. And Matza says there was a 10 times mod with 10 relics per player, but as far as I know, this was buggy, so no one gets relics. Okay. Well, that's the tough thing with these mods. I went for the most updated mod. I have no clue what it actually does. And Blue asking if anyone needs some wood. And they laugh with the 11s and say no. Now, in terms of favorites, Strode has played more community games. I wouldn't necessarily say that Strode is, like, at his best in this type of format. Higher elo players, though, normally do still translate that skill into different modes. But they're just going to be allied here for a while until they all eventually turn on each other once they're all ready after their techs. So if there's something I missed, which is very possible, YouTube will get the edit later. So YouTube will get to see some stats that maybe I miss. I'm just going off memory. Yeah, any thoughts you have on what combinations of units you can see, feel free to bring it up. Could also do some Q&A with chat. We're just hanging out here, man. It's Force Nothing. We've got nowhere to be. We've got how much wood left? A cool 4.7 mil trees left on the map. And that will probably disappear pretty quickly, but yeah, we're making some progress here. Butler says T90 Armenians was at the nearly 50k kills game on Force Nothing. Okay, I could have sworn we did Armenians before. Yeah, I think that's coming back to me. I think they just made champs in that game, right? Matthew says, anyone try pinball? I've been playing competitive pinball for a couple years now. It is pretty fun. Blue says, I didn't know that was a thing. Sounds awesome. Matthew says, I didn't either. Strode's going to make a second TC here. Okay. He says, turns out there are a ton of locations to play, at least in the US. So are you, like, trying to get a higher score, I guess, than others on the same machines? I think that's pretty dope. I think that's really cool. I don't know how many people on the live stream saw this, but years ago, there was this post from this guy who was creating an Age of Empires 2 pinball machine. And he had, like, I guess he had the framework for what he wanted to build. And basically you would, like, pick... It was really cool. If you were Chinese, you would get 6 pinballs. If you were Mayans, you would get 4. If you were any other civ, you wouldn't have all the civs, but you'd have like 3 more. You'd have 3, right? Really cool concept, but there's like other downsides and different things in the machine. He had all these ideas. So I remembered that. And I had to like search for the old Reddit post. Nothing ever came of it. And I reached out to the guy. And I wanted him to build that for me. And he's like from Norway and had built a couple machines, but this would be like from scratch. And I forget the price, but I think it was going to be like $8,000 or something for this thing. And I was like, that's like far too much. And then he was like, I'm really busy, actually. I can't build it anyways, blah, blah, blah. And then like 4 years pass. And here we are in 2025. And I really wish I had that pinball machine. Would that not be so cool? Like right behind me in the streaming room? It's super expensive. But that'd be so freaking cool, dude. So I might reach back out to him. I mean, it apparently was going to take years to build. Maybe it'll never happen, but when he brought up pinball, that's what I thought of. That'd be super cool. Because I like pinball. I used to play so much of Space Cadet pinball on, like, old Windows. Look, okay, so the villagers are starting to really speed up now. So I guess this is the Berber villager speed combined with some of the eco bonuses. Dr. Manfred has more vills than anyone. Despite only being on 1 TC. Yeah, I have no way to show eco upgrades. because this format doesn't really highlight those things, like this casting program. But I imagine they're going to have so much gold, because every time they get an ecotech, they get 250 gold, and then they can just sell wood at the market. Poots says 8K is kind of cheap for a full-blown pinball machine. The Addams Family and Twilight Zone pinball games are like 10K plus. Yeah, I mean, I looked into it because I contacted some places that were in the US, seeing if they could make a custom one, and everyone was like, yeah, no. So I'm not going to build one from scratch. That was like prices from 4 years ago. I'll reach out. I mean, if it's feasible to actually make one, maybe we could run some events and try and raise money for something like that. I think it'd be cool. But also, I have some cool Age of Empires collectibles that I take a lot of pride in. And so if I could somehow swing that and get that thing made, I think, while it might hurt initially, I think I might really be happy with it. So, why is Red still in feudal? Well, because Red says I just want Vils. Red is 35 Vils, never went up to feudal. Just keeps spending food. Keeps banking up more wood than anyone. It's a strat. I don't think it's a bad strat. I think in normal Forest Nothing games, you really need to get the sell at the market fast. But in this, you bring in wood so much faster. So you can just stay in Dark Age. But yeah, a couple players are in Castle Age. Obviously from there, the real benefit is getting the wood upgrades. But beyond that, I mean, you don't even really need to rush to Castle Age for TCs here, because you can still go 2 TCs in Feudal Age because the Cumans are here, so. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. I haven't thought about that pinball thing. But chat, type a 1 if you played the old Space Cadet pinball. Like, it was that, Minesweeper, and Solitaire for me on, like, the PC games back in the day. So I've told this story before. Okay, lots of ones. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I told this story before, but I think it's a good one. So my brother's 11 years older than me, right? And that's quite the gap. And he would come home from college. So, what, he's like 19. And then he would beat all the records. So, like, I would spend my, like, so many freaking hours trying to beat his pinball records, which would take me so much time. And then he was just, like, older and better than me at video games. So he would instantly get all the top 10 filled. And it wasn't like his name... Oh, he's actually in chat right now. What are the odds? T90 Pro. All right, so it wasn't like, you know, number 1 T90 Bro, number 2 T90 Bro, number 3 T90 Bro, number 4 T90 Bro. It was number 1 T90 Bro, number 2 Tristan sucks, number 3 haha Tristan, number 4 get good. You know, like the whole top 10 was just laughing at me, right? So for months he's away at college, I'm trying to beat these records and I'm just getting mocked, right? Well, oh, hold on. He's in chat. He says, you guys didn't know the missions and how to progress the board, and I never told you. There were missions? I only know... Okay, one of them. It's been a long time now. I do remember one of them, actually. I didn't know there were multiple. Anyways. Maybe I'll find out at this stage of my life. Maybe he'll finally tell me. But, so one time after he went back home, or back to college, I load up the game... And the majority of the sounds in Space Cadet Pinball were replaced with voice lines that he had recorded. This must have been super hard to do. Like, I'm surprised it was even possible, but he somehow got a microphone, hooked it up to the computer, and so instead of like, boing, 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 it was like, Tristan, 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 Tristan. So he recorded my name at like 10 different tones and cadences. And then it'd be like, you suck, you suck, you suck. Like, all the whole game was infiltrated with trolls, dude. Which is just so good. It's so good. It's also good that he actually is here listening to me tell this. What are the odds? That's wild. Yeah, and good times. Good times. So, I'll always remember that, man. I mean, I'm not upset because now, you know, the roles have reversed. And now I'm the brother who's better at video games. So I think he's the one who motivated me to be a sweaty tryhard at video games because I had to catch up to him. So yeah, the players are chatting here. I have no clue what they're talking about. They're probably making fun of me. But guys, no relic. So a chat earlier was correct. There was no relic. Unfortunate. Did the Armenian player get a relic? I guess they didn't actually build. Maybe the Armenian player gets it. But things are heating up here, right? Dragon Lord says, let's be honest, you're only better at one video game in specific. Dragon Lord, you don't know me. Don't you take my brother's side right now, okay? You know who doesn't need you to be on his side? My older brother, all right? He crushed me in every game my entire childhood, all right? Have my back. Now, I'm good at some other games. I will say T90 Bro's really getting into chess. And on the family vacation, I was starting to get the competitive itch to catch up to him. But then I got a chessboard, and I started playing against the AI. And I would have never thought that losing in chess would be tilting. Just a bunch of pieces on a board. I thought it would just be like, whatever. But then I throw my queen away, and I'm just like, oh, it was so obvious. How could you be so stupid? It's actually really frustrating. So he says, you'll probably beat me at chess. My brain is 11 years older and starting to get crispy with age. You know what chat has to say about that? If I ever say anything like that, chat says already with the excuses. Already prepping the excuses. Classic. Wait, hold up. Why did no one point out? I guess we haven't been paying attention, but Strode has 4 town centers. 5 town centers. So I guess the bonus where you can build 1 extra TC allows you to build up to 10? Okay. I guess on paper that makes sense, but sometimes it doesn't always track with the way the mod works. Someone said the castles are free, which is very dangerous for my computer. And, oh, we got green on onagers. So there's going to be lots of castles. Look how fast the onagers fire. Wait, so Dravidians also have a cheaper siege bonus, right? So siege is going to be cheap. It's going to fire faster and have more HP because of the Celts. Oh, and Spanish gunpowder also fires faster. So we shouldn't forget about bombard cannon. So bombard cannon strong, siege strong, infantry strong, cav strong. And maybe even skirms too. Bro, Gray bought stone. I would have done the same. Look at how many players bought stone and they didn't even need it. That's funny. Because Incas also have a discount on like all stone buildings, so I think TCs might have even been free on stone. Yeah, the objective will be to control the middle. That's the long-term goal here. Donald, thank you for gifting my bro a sub. Thank you. But yeah, for now, they basically need to all get their unique techs and then go full enemy. Strode knows this, and I think because the rule is wait till everyone's ready, he is going to go for the biggest eco he can possibly like go for before going up. Strode says to us, he says, all right, chat, I think we are kind of cooked. Ella's going to be OP. Well, you are next to the only guy that can make elephants. This is true. And usually the high HP units are very strong. I'm really excited to see how fast they are. Because humans also have the cav speed bonus. Oh, wait, no, this is Spanish. Sorry. This is Spanish. Okay, so Strode isn't directly next to the elephant guy. The elephant guy's over here. But Strode, are you ever going to go Castle H? You have 144 vills? Oh, God. He says, or chat, what about vills? He's going to try and fight with vills. He says, let's go with vills. Okay, well, that's his plan. I mean, maybe if you go Vills and combine it with, like, Scorpions. I mean, I've seen it before. People won't realize how insane these Vills are. Oh, look at him now! Look at him now! Supremacy's already in from the Spanish player. 425 HP. 3 plus 60 attack. Like, these Vills are going to have more HP than military. And also bonus damage against buildings with, like, sappers and whatnot. Though I guess I wonder what happens if one person doesn't get sappers. Like, does anyone know if Franks get sappers? It's not a unique tech. Not every civ gets it. But you need the sappers upgrade to have that extra bonus versus buildings. I agree. Having to fight with villagers, since there's no auto attack, would be an absolute pain in the ass. So I would never do that. But, we'll see. Strode is going to delay this whole freaking game. Like, everyone's going to be ready to go in Imp, and Strode is going to be sitting here in Feudal Age with 200 Vills. He still hasn't clicked up. Strode, you have 10 town centers. Use one of your town centers to go to Castle Age, and then the others can still produce Vills. I don't see what the problem is here. But he's having fun, and fun is important. Strode says having this many farms with no wheelbarrow hurts. Yeah, if only you had a town center that could research that. It's a shame you only have one of them. Oh, wait. Well, I mean, he's really playing into the Cumin 10 times tech bonus. So there's that. 200 villagers is the cap. So he will have to do something. And we see some buildings now from Strode. He's going to be on the way to Castle Age. We have Red, his neighbor, on the way to the Imperial Age now. Green still onager cutting around the map. We need Strode to get the unique techs. We need Dr. Manfred to get the unique techs. We need Rom to get one of the unique techs. What's up, Bonvon? Says, love your channel and content, T90. Been a fan of AoE2 since 2000. Hey, welcome, welcome. T90, is there a possibility of a professional Force Nothing championship, question mark? I mean, anything's possible. I mean, there are players who actually play 4v4 Force Nothing very consistently, who have played against high-level players, like Viper and Dowd and whatnot, and they've absolutely crushed them. So there have been, like, show matches and stuff like that. I think for me, if I had to only watch Force Nothing, I would actually get tired of it eventually. So I like this because it's nice change of pace. Doing a best of 5, best of 7, best of 9, best of 11 with Force Nothing. Maybe I've lost my edge, but I feel like that would get a little repetitive. So that's my feeling on it. T90, don't forget Incas also have a Vil bonus. Oh, true. So blacksmith upgrades affect villagers. How did I forget about that? True. Well, how does that work with this game mode, though? Like, you have to research the text before you enemy? Like, all the blacksmith texts? Because, like, if they enemy and the blacksmith texts aren't in yet, I could see that being different. Also, the infantry and the cav ignore armor because of the Woot Steel bonus. So that might not necessarily be good. Strode still needs to go Imp. Here's the stockpiles, by the way. They're all going to be very, very, very rich as long as they just sell their wood. And there's a lot of discount on units, too. So I don't expect units to be very expensive, depending on the unit you go for. So they're allies for now. They will eventually start to chat and say, is everyone good to go? Do we have our techs? And at least what I tell them every single time is then you all enemy, and it's a straight free-for-all. But there's always one person that doesn't listen or one person that doesn't realize. And it can get a little bit messy. I really want to start to look at units now, but they're all hidden away. Like, I want to see how much HP these elephants have. There's the HP on the Celts is there already, so Siege Onagers should be pretty tanky. They're 300 HP. But everything is 10 times and shared with the others. So there's a lot. And what did we have? 5 million wood at the start? Now it's 3.7. Blue says, need to pee, BRB. Classic. There's probably somebody watching who's peeing right now. The chances are pretty high. I don't know what it is about Force Nothing, man. We have more viewers here now than we have had all day. Force Nothing brings the people in. Keeps them here. Soul Scour, thanks for the 63 months. Thank you, River Bracelet, for the new sub. Paper Plan, Speedwagon, thank you, Sir Bone. Also, shout out to one of the people who may potentially come to my Twitch channel when I'm offline and subscribe after seeing this video. I can't say your name because people do that. I will see that when I get to my PC. I'm like, oh, man. These were probably a couple people from YouTube who dropped their primes. All right, Warrior Priest. Bro, they're so fast. Look at the regeneration rate, too. Wait, why do they have regen? Is that just a Warrior Priest that regen? Or is that a healing rate? Oh, it's because they're in the range of the castle. Oh. Oh, dude. So everyone can make a Warrior Priest. So they have all the same bonuses there. Everyone can build free castles. Damn. Okay, so castles and Warrior Priests. I want to see what champion HP looks like, though. The thing of the Warrior Priest, though, is it attacks and heals. And it doesn't take a lot of, like, management. So if your unit's just standing there not fighting, it will auto-heal, which is really good. I think we're getting close here. I actually can't tell you if the healing zone of Stronghold is 10 times bigger, because Capture Age doesn't show that. Dr. Manfred says, are we ready? He's sitting right next to Strode's base. Strode says no. Dude, Strode is panicking big time. Can you imagine Strode's looking at this right now? Yes, yes. I mean, Strode can just instantly use these vills against the castle. Yes. Yeah, Shulker, I think you're right. I think the range of Stronghold is probably not increased, but the rate at which it heals would be. Remember, castles are free. Purple says, give me 2 minutes. This is always kind of the funny and the sad part about this, because they spend this whole time building up. Whoa, look how fast the cav is, bro! Look how fast the cav is! It's so fast. They spend all this time building up, and then a couple people are just going to be defeated instantly. Oh boy, we've got Bombard Towers. Bombard Towers with the Spanish gunpowder bonus could be pretty insane. Oh god, it's a castle war. Okay, Strode, if you're not ready, he's just going to keep building castles towards you. Okay, I think they're about to go. They said ready. Brace yourselves for what's about to happen. Unfortunately, the screen is going to light up when they enemy each other. And, oh my god. Now, will the villagers even die? Look, the villagers don't even die. They're so strong. Let's see how fast they take down the castles. Will it be vills? Will it be castles? Will it be siege? What will be strong here? Villagers are looking pretty damn good to me, but now there's warrior priests coming in. Over on this side, the Cavalier into Yellow's base. I don't think Yellow was ready yet. I mean, the warrior priests are probably going to kill the vills. Strode is in trouble. Strode is in big trouble. Blue just says sorry. Yellow is making camels, though, and camels regen. So that could be strong. Matt says, wait, are we not fighting yet? Some people haven't enemied yet. There's confusion. They are fighting. They should be fighting. Rune says, wait for everyone to respond. It's too late. They've already started. And Strode is only going with vills, by the way. So he's just sending new waves of villagers non-stop to defeat the enemy here. So his KD's not going to be good, but if he takes down the castles, or if he takes down, you know, I guess you also have to take the fortified churches. Maybe it'll work. Stalemate over here. We still have 4 players who have not enemied yet. And Red is also sending in villagers and taking out the town centers, which is smart. Bro, these Spanish villagers are insane. And again, no matter what I try, no matter how I communicate it, every time we do this, no one ever enemies on time. But it's the best way to get these games started. Strode's not going to have TCs pretty soon, so that's smart from Red. But neither is Red. Teal says enemy now. Strode's like, I already did this. And Strode still has 190 vills. Oh, and now there's Paladins, though. Paladins from green and Siege Rams with 1,400 HP coming to town. Something tells me that Strode is going to die. Gray is coming in as well to hit Red. Very hard to make sense of all this. Blue and yellow are fighting nonstop. Now, unfortunately, the Cumans don't get heavy camel, but I think non-heavy camels can still be good because they regen so fast. There are the elephants. 750 HP on the elephants, but he's not fighting. How is... Like, salutes to the devs that these games never crash. Like, it's pretty insane that they never crash. Oh, and now we see Axemen. Oh, bro! Axemen are gonna eat! They have 460 HP, 21 attack, and they have the additional range, right? Axemen could be really good. I'm not sure that they take out Rams fast enough, though. 1,400 HP. Red is asking Strode for peace. I'm not sure this is a time for diplomacy. Strode might be dead soon. Also, there is a monument here, guys. There is a monument that they should be fighting over, but they have not even gotten there yet. Feels like the Axemen are just not doing enough. The castles are melting. Look at Red. Look at Red just stack all these castles together here. I want to see the Axemen hit the Rams. Do they take out the Rams fast enough? I mean, it's okay. That's okay. I think Red is kind of screwed. I'm not sure about Strode yet. Camel war over here. See, Blue actually gets heavy camels, so I guess that means Blue's ahead. Here's peaceful Purple just cutting to the middle. Purple has not fought anyone. This is so silly, dude. Strode is alive, though. Strode will survive. Those Axemen are insane. They look really cool. They seem to be missing their shots a lot because of how the projectiles work and the distance. Like, the added range actually hurts their accuracy. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, wait, we got a fight here. Elephants. Conquistadors. Bombard cannons that never stop bombarding. The Conks have some crazy stats, though. 600 HP. I think Red is about to die. There's not a lot of Red remaining, just a couple random farmers. Red has actually run through Strode's castles to try and go for new TCs. And... Hey, we have a countdown! Let's go! We have a countdown, finally! We only have to wait 550 years until somebody wins. Who knows if that'll even be a factor. Oh, we got Yurumis. Damn, 29 plus 50 charge attack. And a lot of HP. Green might be cooked. Green is actually now taking the middle temporarily. A Red's reboom has been spotted by the Axeman. Dude, this is so stupid. He's trying to attack the Vills, but he can't kill the Vills fast enough. Like, he does 1 damage a hit to these stupid villagers. You'd be better off just taking the buildings. Gray is kind of taking some of this territory back. We've got some Woad Raiders, which have crazy stats as well. Blue seems to be beating yellow. So maybe Matthew will be the next to go down. Green is, like, barely holding on here. But maybe is. I can't really tell. Like, are Axemen even good? It still feels like villagers are insane. Like, the Axemen, I guess, are good to take down buildings. But they just don't kill the Vills fast enough. Look at Red build up these churches to make warrior priests. But Red needs town centers to always produce more Vills. And Red also probably needs food, which... Yeah, I mean, Red's running out of. Has only 8,000. Purple's made a bunch of gates here, which is pretty cool. Look at that Vill. Just get destroyed by axes and still survive. Can Matthew hold? Maybe. I mean, it sucks to be humans because you don't get heavy camel. That really sucks. So you're just making inferior camels. Remember, camels are free, so they're not spending any resources. Blue has more stables. Red's reboom attempt is not really working well. The castles will go down. The TCs will go down. And Dr. Manfred will go down. In the back of my mind, I have memories of Manfred playing this before, and I think he met a very similar fate. But maybe it was the opposite. Maybe he killed somebody. Well, this is just 10 times tech. Testing the limits of the game and all computers everywhere. I think some people might not even be able to load the stream or the video well. But man, guys, the Woad Raiders are shredding those Axemen, I think. I can't really tell. It seems like they're doing very well. And Gray has built up a lot of castles here. Purple's now coming in with Genitors? Genitor? Well, the Genitors actually attack faster because of the Dravidian bonus for skirms, which I didn't know until now. So they seem to be pretty good. They are mounted as well. They're very fast. Yellow's still holding on. Blue slowly but surely making some progress. And Teal has made some progress against Green with these elephants. You wouldn't normally make Dravidian elephants, but in 10 times tech, with all the bonuses at play, it works out. Because the regeneration rate, look at this one elephant regenerate. 300 HP a minute is crazy strong. Purple apologizes, says, sorry, Strode, I only patrolled them to the front. I guess Purple's apologizing for the army that got into the base here. But, all right. One elephant has 750 HP. Which is crazy. Strode is losing grounds, guys. He's got 126 Axemen, but he's losing grounds. It feels like the Axemen just don't kill units fast enough. It's so hard for them to be accurate. Look at them miss all their shots on this Vill. Like, the second he gets hit, he moves. Look at all these axes. Can you imagine being that dude? He's like crazy that that villager is still alive right now. That's insane. That's insane. He's going back to work. All right, I'm fine. Yep, this is fine. Not killing me. That's got to be a new record right there. All right. Oh, composite bowman. So they ignore armor. Do they kill the Axemen? Their HP is super low, so I don't think they do, but maybe they're cheap or something. I don't know. Blue still slowly making progress here. And then Teal is making a lot of progress against Green. I think Krisuk and Matthew will be the next two to go down. And People talked about the elephants. Look at the bombard cannon firing speed, too. Bam, 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 bam. Spanish bonus. Spanish always make for a very interesting 10 times tech game. Because of the vills, the build speed, the gold from technologies, and the firing speed from gunpowder. And then you also have Celts, right? So the onagers also fire really fast, as you can see there. So you got that combination. Interesting situation for Red. Well, he tried to put his Trebs in there safely, but they all got killed off anyways. And Gray trying to make more progress against Strode over here. Is it just me, or are the Axemen just bugged? No, it just feels like they don't hit anything from the max range. Because now they're killing. But at max range, any subtle movement from the unit they're attacking will lead to the shot miss. Yeah. Green's about to be gone. Green is gone. Drops the GG. Yeah, Green's about to be defeated. Green's going to make a couple desperate hand cannons. I am consistently surprised in yellow. Also, purple is building a wonder, because why not? That won't do anything, but you might as well. Green about to be defeated. Again, it sucks being killed off this fast in these games, but it's got to be somebody. Sorry, Chrisick. I think yellow will join you very soon. The biggest thing that has kept yellow in the game has been the production buildings being on the back side. And also, also sneaky castles and using the vills. Again, villagers might be the way back. Blue doesn't actually have a lot of vills. Blue has a lot of army. Yellow's kind of holding here. But now this is bad news for Red because Teal needs someone else to focus on. And this is Red's only base now. Strode is still focused in a 1v1 against Gray. But now he's going to get slaughtered by Teal as well. And I was a little surprised that we didn't see more bombard cannons. But I guess there's not many civs that can make them. Spanish can make them, but they're dead. Franks can make them. Berbers can make them. And then Dravidians can make them. Celts and Incas cannot. Are the Axemen good, or are they trash? They seem pretty good there. Ray is asking for a truce. And, I mean, Strode might want that so he can defend against Teal. Still, there's just purple chilling in the middle. Purple is god for no heavy conflicts as the strategy. Which is hilarious. I don't know if Red can go for a daring escape again. Red's got, like... Does Red have any vills right now? Red has 0 vills. That's a problem. Dr. Manfred says GG, I'm dead. Smiles in chat for Manfred. He will join Chrisick in the afterlife. Guys, the elephants and the bombard cannons are destroying. And then the Yurumis should do crazy damage as well. And blue is asking yellow, do you want to skip this endless fight and go to the middle? Yeah, but I mean, to get to the middle, you're going to run into each other anyways. I think that tells you that yellow's done a really good job surviving. If blue who has been winning this fight, is asking for that type of agreement, I think that tells you yellow's doing a great job to hold on. Like, these castles have been absolute thorn in blue's side, and it's just because the vills never die. Yellow has not responded, by the way. So seemingly no interest in that. What has been your favorite unit to see in this game so far, guys? Not necessarily the best unit. That's a different conversation. I think for me, it's actually been the Axemen. I know. Like, it's really satisfying to see the Axeman throw that far, man. Bombard cannons have been cool as well. He's got 156 Axemen right now. Strode needs more Vills, though. Are the Axemen going to be enough? I don't know. Ooh, wow. Gray's got a bunch of castles over here now. So we'll rapid fire shoot the buildings down. Still have no clue if Genitor's actually good. Still have no clue if Purple's actually good, because Purple's kind of been diplomatic in a sense and avoided the fights. Someone wants missionaries. You want someone to use monks, which you have to click manually in a game that is 10 times faster than a normal game. That is your suggestion. I don't know about that. I think if you had Saracens here for the healing, then I would really like to see some monks. But dude, there's no way you're gonna outclick these units. But I'm a missionary guy, so like I meant the units. Obviously, missionary would be nice to see mixed into the army. Oh god, I hate microphones. Oh, why do I live stream? I should just do videos. We just edit everything out. Anyways, moving on. Yellow continues to push back against blue. And yellow is holding. Barely, but holding. Still random castles being built by the same villagers. I mean, I think they have so much armor, they only take 1 damage a hit. So they're very hard to kill off. Waiting for Teal to mass more bombard cannons again to push these castles. Strode is losing castles to Gray as well. Purple just streaming everything to the middle. 300 years is still a really long time. But hey, eventually Purple could maybe take the win if this continues to be... just become fights. It's just so funny. Like, by the time blue takes down a castle, yellow just builds another one. The castles build faster than they get destroyed. And the castles are free. So then you just have to kill the Vills. But you can't easily kill the Vills. Orange somehow took the middle with a couple villagers there. Not that that really matters. Purple built 2 wonders here, FYI. They do nothing, but they look cool. You cannot win with a wonder here. You win by controlling the monument in the middle. And blue, for like the 20th time, is begging yellow for mercy. Begging yellow to stop this. And yellow's like, I'm not freaking leaving. I'm not freaking leaving. He's not doing it. He's staying. And 275 years now. Still a long way away from the conclusion of this game. So who wins? I know who I'm putting my money on. How many towers do we have here from Teal? Teal has 97 keeps and 38 bombard towers and 30 castles and basically 2.5 bases. It's not going to be easy to kill Teal. Gray as well, though. Gray's got 60 castles and counting. So Gray's in a good spot. Gray just needs to eventually cut towards the middle. Yellow and blue still fighting. Countless camels have died this game. I'm wondering if it's better to make anything else. I feel like probably not, because the 150 HP per minute regeneration rate is really strong. Here's player resources. I don't actually think the player resources matters, though, because everything's, like, free. But I guess gold units aren't free. Oh, and here comes some eagles. I want to check the stats on those. 360 HP. 13 melee armor. And then 27 pierce, or 28 pierce. Well, the eagles looked really good there with the janitors. Still tough to kill the axemen. Bombard cannons, Yurumis. Everyone is determined to get rid of Strode. With Strode's reputation, he's normally banking up a lot of gold. He does actually have more gold than anyone. But he's not going to have the space. He's not going to have the time. Uh-oh, bombard cannons. Misclick? I can't tell, but they're dead now. That happens. And yellow's using the Vills to just straight up attack blue's castles. Guys, this is what you do. I'm going to tell you how you win against blue right now if you're yellow. You use your Vills against the stables. Vills against production buildings. Not the siege workshops, but the stables. Castles can be good as well, but just yeet all your Vills versus stables. I think blue is realizing this too. He's going to bring his own Vills. Just make it so the other person can't produce more military. Yeah, yellow's doing it. Oh my goodness, man. Gray castles, teal castles. Random units in the middle. Teal tried to cut to the middle. Yellow's still clicking these buildings. Where are blue's villagers now? I think blue clicked Vills in defense onto other Vills, or maybe to build castles. No, there's some Vills in there. You have to shift queue them, which is tough. TCs going up now from yellow for more Vills, which is smart. Strode still has like 150 axemen. He's still holding on, and he still has TCs. So he's still producing Vills. He will always have those. Blue doesn't have a base anymore, guys. Blue doesn't have a base anymore. Yellow said, okay, you want this to end? I'll show you how it ends. He was begging you for mercy, but he didn't mean this. He didn't mean put me out of my misery. But the villagers have kind of been the key here. Yellow's castles still need to stay alive, though. But in theory, he should be able to make camels to defend from that, and blue can't easily. Like, look, blue is housed. Blue can't produce. And if blue loses the other two castles, blue is permanently housed. Damn. 186 years. The middle is definitely going to matter now. Look how many balls the bombard towers shoot with the Spanish firing speed. Boom, 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 nonstop. I think blue might realize this is over. We got some sneaky castles to produce more Vills, get more pop space. Oh, God. Are they going to kill each other? Because now blue's doing the same thing to yellow. He's like, nice idea, bro. I can do that too. So he's actually taking care of castles. Like, a lot of castles, too. They're both trying to consistently rebuild Vills and TCs. Yellow is more camels, which should pay off. And yellow is destroyed more. So I think yellow... Yeah. Yellow's definitely got the edge here. Yeah, just in a land of camels, people have been reminded how strong the villagers are. Over on this side, it's maybe a little too chaotic, but I think people should come back to that as well. It might be better to use villagers to destroy buildings than anything. You just take them out so fast. Elephants v. Axemen. Not a whole lot happening, but I think the elephants are winning. And yellow holding on. Blue is losing what's left of these few Vills. And blue is going to be defeated here. Wow. Matthew is insane, dude. How did he hold on here? I just kept looking back, expecting him to die. That's really impressive. If he could win this game, too, that'd be insane. But that's a tough ask. There's a lot going on elsewhere, though. So, I mean, if he keeps blue in his place, stops him from rebooming, blue will be dead very quickly. And then he can actually go to the middle, and there's no one really around him. Gotta love how these towers are just being taken out by Genitors right now. It's pretty ridiculous. Nice hold from Strode, by the way. Let's not forget that Strode has basically been attacked this entire game. Whoa, look at the blast radius. Look at like the blast radius from the Yurumis. What is that? Like the splash damage is insane. Oh my god, dude. They killed a whole group. Strode just had 150 militaries. He's down to, well, below 80 now. Yeah, so if they're hitting that group, they're doing damage to everything. Is Blue dead yet? I think this is his last attempt. And Strode speaks. First time we've seen someone speak in a while. And he says, Gray, you are giving Teal the win this way. Well, I can see the argument. But Strode, the longer you're alive, the worse it is for Gray. So as soon as you die, Blue says, what a frustrating game, GG. Yeah, I can see how, like, dying to essentially villagers was not very fun. But Yellow beasted. Yellow beasted. Well played, Blue. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I think in Gray's logic, you get rid of Strode, you can then access the middle right here. But Strode is obviously held on quite nicely. And Yellow says, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He's so pumped right now. Let's go, Yellow. I'm impressed. I'm also impressed with how Strode is held. He has more kills than any other player. I don't know why Gray is killing these bombard cannons right now. But Strode is going to die as well. Ooh. Genitor raid? Genitor raid, and they all die to a couple Yurumis. Bro, Yurumis are nuts. And you produce them from castles too, right? And Teal's got plenty of them. Yurumi might actually be the strongest thing in this game. I wonder how they do against Vils. Look at Yellow still be able to chop these trees despite all those towers. Yellow needs to onager cut to the middle right now. Like ASAP. Strode is almost dead, but he's still holding on. The longer Strode holds on, the better it is for purple. Because purple is obviously hoping to just be able to get away with the win here. Look at Gray. Gray is trying to block that foundation with a house. Is there ever going to be a free moment? Quick, build. No. Yay. Gray got it. Bro, he clicked that too. That wasn't like auto. He had to force that down. Plug the hole. Let's go. That's sick. That's so sick. Okay, Strode is losing this base. Strode has very little left in this base. Capture rate is lagging. Yeah, now the units are stuck. I think Purple's bringing Vils to just destroy those houses, but that'll take a little bit of time, which means that if Teal gets to the middle right now, it'll reset. Teal also is cut through and is going to attack Yellow here, so I don't know how Yellow's going to get himself out of this one. Maybe it'll be villagers again. We'll see. 69 years. The middle very much matters right now. And Teal can't get to the middle with everything, but you don't need everything because you have your roomies and it's reset. Yeah, I mean, Genitor is just not the unit. I would, like, try Kameyuks, but I don't think that's good. Eagles? I honestly, Vils. Vils and other things. And Purple says, well played, Gray, because this only happened because Gray plugged the gap. Now, Yurumis aren't that good against Castle Fire compared to the Vils, so they're going to run through. I don't know where they're going exactly, but they're going to die eventually. And Yellow's going to make some Paladins again. We haven't seen a Paladin in a long time. Okay, and Yellow's going to bring in Vils. Can you imagine having to manually click 100 towers and 100 castles, though, with villagers? Oh my goodness. Strode says, you fight each other, you are GG. I think from Strode's perspective, he's just trying to say, like, you're not going for the middle, you're going after me. But again, it is sad, it is not fun, but it is logical to kill Strode right now. Holy crap, Matthew. Holy crap. I mean, there's Vils in there. And the Vils are destroying these castles. By the way, to anyone who suggests villagers should have an auto attack feature, just no, okay? Just no. I mean, if that existed here, I think the only unit you should make are these Spanish villagers. It's a lot of towers. They only have 50 kills, which is kind of wild. But they're only killing the paladins. They can't kill these vills. Can yellow keep clicking? Teal is the middle right now, so this is yellow's contribution. Yellow's basically going middle. Instead of going middle, is going after Teal's base. Strode is still holding on. Gray needs to get to the middle, but Gray doesn't have a path cut yet. And we're at 59 years, and Teal has a whole lot of army here. Also, Purple has to, like, recut a hole here to get through because Teal walled this. You got to clear this open big time, Purple. Just cut it all. And don't even worry about the gates. Just open. Yellow is slowly doing the same thing to Teal that he did to blue earlier. Which is build castles and destroy towers. If Teal doesn't win now, he may never win. This is his last chance. And he needs to send everything to the middle, maybe. Maybe ignore this. Like, I think you have to ignore this. Man, the Yurumis are still really strong. Oh, God. Capture H. Hold on. Purple's making slingers, guys. This is a 40 HP unit. Like, this... You're throwing little pebbles at giants here. This isn't a David and Goliath story. This is 10 times tech. You need a couple more rocks than that. And that's a lot of HP in the middle. I don't see Teal losing this. It's too chunky. Too thick. Not enough... Too many C's on the thick. Okay, yellow's still making progress. Gray is starting to stack some castles up here. Gray needs an onager. Like an onager to cut these trees. Like to open this up and access the middle. Gray is running around a lot, which is tough. 25 years. Purple can't get to the middle. I guess still don't know what on earth you make. Like maybe champions as the Incas. I think Teal's going to get this done. Look at Teal's score, by the way. Teal is a ridiculous score. And we'll end up with more kills than anyone here. I just think he's got to get the Yurumis to the middle. Elephants are there for the tank. Yurumis in the middle need to happen, and it's happening. Matthew taking down his base. Taking down his castles. But there's a lot more base. There's a lot more castles where that came from. Unless Teal makes a massive blunder now, I think it will be their game. I'm seeing Gray with a lot of units. Purple as well has sent units to the middle. And they're going through all of Gray's castles. It's crazy, though. The Yurumis do one swing, and they're killing a large group. Like that trampo, that splash damage is crazy. In 3 years, Teal is not moving with the elephants. I wonder if it would have made sense for Scorpions to come out at this point. But GG. And Strode, he says, I do not want to say I told you so, but... Well, Strode, the real problem was you held on like an absolute beast, right? If a lesser player's in Strode's position, he's dead a long time ago. And then Gray, and then Purple, then Teal. They can all, say like, well, it made sense. So Strode's strength actually made it easier for Teal in a sense. Teal just played like a really experienced player here. And he took advantage of all the bonuses, right? You have cheap towers or free towers. He builds the towers. You have free castles. You build the castles. Made elephants, which obviously had bonuses. Now, I will say, a bit fortunate. No one else could make elephants. Literally no one else can make elephants, so it's a little cheap. The Yurumis turned out to be insane. And then we also saw the bombard cannons utilized, and the bombard cannons are really good. So it was great. I think a couple things here. Like, this is not a monument that has a lot of space cleared up around it. I think Purple will maybe have some regrets over this tiny little corridor. Maybe what Purple could have done is just expand that, open that up, and make it easier to engage in the middle. Because that was a real issue. The pathing for purple, who knows? Like, this is a bunch of eagles, or genitors coming in. It contributes in some way. And then I guess like Strode and Gray never really had an opportunity to. Would have loved to seen Gray though. I think Gray maybe had a little bit of time to just make an onager and make it here, but easier to say after the fact. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. I really don't care about the monument in this, right? Like, that's how the game ends. If we didn't have an objective, it would be a never-ending slugfest with thousands of castles and villagers. There has to be a way to end it. But realistically, when I play these, when we do 10 times deck, it's just to see how ridiculous the units are and what crazy things can happen. And we saw that. So well played. By the way, Matthew, you didn't win the game, but you really showed us how strong villagers could be there, man. That was crazy. I want to look at some of the stats. I'm curious on buildings raised. I'm also curious on just like overall KD stats, right? Teal, 4,200 kills, 1,600 deaths. Like, Yurumi swordsmen were part of the reasoning behind those stats, right? More so than elephants. Would you guys agree, chat, or am I crazy? Like, the elephants seemed good. He made a lot of them. But the Yurumis were nuts. Like, Strode was losing groups by, he was losing groups 50 at a time to 10 Yurumis. That unit was just ridiculous. I don't even know if there's an answer. That, like, what could Strode make? Axemen should make sense against Yurumis. Nope. Try Paladins? Maybe. Now, Strode can't really complain because he wasn't Incas. What was poor Rom supposed to make? He was spamming Genitors, which, he did because of the Berber bonus. He could have tried, Slingers weren't a very great option. I would have loved to see Kameyuks, but I'm not sure how Kameyuks would perform. Maybe Champions could have been an option with some of the Armenian bonuses. I wanted to see the economy stat. What's the villager total? Matthew had 271 total vills, and Strode had 521 total vills. Strode started with only vills. Actually, after watching that more, I wonder if Strode just stops at like 50 Axemen and just stays on vills, how that goes. I think he lost his TCs, but the vills were insane, dude. You can take down bases so quick, and you can build up a new base so quick. So sticking with vills definitely felt like a good play there. So, yeah, vills are best units, but if you lose your TCs, you're kind of stuck. So, how would Gebettos do? Yeah, Gebettos are usually fantastic. Would have been good here too because of like the faster infantry bonuses. A lot of how a unit performs is based on what techs are shared to it. But in the case of Yurumi, it was some of that. Like, they had the extra speed because of the Celts bonus. They had extra HP because of the Armenian bonus. But beyond that, I think it's just the jump from regular Yurumi to Elite is pretty significant in what it adds, and it multiplies that by 10. So, White Smurf says, first time playing this game mode with the Monument. GG, though, tons of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure which player you were in game here, dude. But yeah, GG. Well played. Well played to everyone. Thank you for playing. Guys, this is not fun to play. Well, one person just said it was tons of fun. I would imagine this is very stressful to play, so please, lots of respect to the players. Because this is just absolutely intense. Especially with the attack signal, just imagine the ding, 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 ding. All the dinging the entire time has got to be ridiculous in game. So, well played. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Here's the speed, if you're curious. Blue got very fast right there. You know what this was? I think this was when Blue was... This is the first time Blue asks Yellow for a truce. This is the second time Blue asked Yellow for a truce. This is the third time what Blue asked Yellow for a truce, but was like getting way more concerned that Yellow was coming back. And this is the last time that Blue asked Yellow for a truce. Please stop doing this to me, as his entire base is getting rocked by villagers. All right, you guys know the deal with meme review 1 through 11, if you wish to judge. I've never seen this movie. So this isn't actually that funny to me, but the pinball conversation was good. But I don't get any of the reference here. Not going to lie. Sorry, I haven't watched that movie yet. Next one. That's a good one, dude. Because they just... There's like 50 castles in both bases, and they just go right by each other. Right into each other's base. That's really funny. That's good. Okay. This is also really good. This is what it felt like for like 300 years. Purple was just waiting for people to show up to the monument. He's like, hello, this is a King of the Hill game. Why is no one here? That's good. Oh God, flashbang. Purple at the monument. War crimes, and then blue and yellow dancing. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like it. I said 27 once. And then I said, or 28 or something. And I saw 2 people in chat. I don't even know who made this meme. Okay. But I saw 2 people in chat be like, quick maths, make a joke. So it's probably like Grim or someone. I remember that chat picked up on that. I knew I made the mistake and I corrected it and it became a meme. That's not even funny. Grim. Oh, I didn't know. Not you, Grim. No, I thought it was Grim. I thought, who made this meme? Is it one of the Grimmers? Who made the meme? Grim Tripper. Yeah. Grim Tripper. It was a Grim. I just got the wrong Grim. It was another Grim. See? I remember that. It's so paranoid with chat. Okay, we got 2 more memes. And here we are. Villagers dodging throwing axes. So true, though. That's so true, dude. I was fun. To zoom in on that one vill as hundreds of axes were flying by the villager was pretty crazy. I like it. Grim is my name. All others are imposters. Ah, true. I should just start calling you Grim, and I'll call him Tripper. And I think we had one more. And yeah, this was Strode. Again, I think Red took his TCs down. I think if Red didn't take his TCs down with a group of vills, Strode would have owned. But taking the TCs is sick. Just taking production buildings in general, right? That's what yellow did against blue. So it was really smart. This is actually what Strode looks like IRL. Yeah, looking down at all his minions. I could see it maybe. But yeah, it was a good fight.